I'm John Bartolo and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I currently reside in Kalispell, Montana as the CEO of Falkor Defense. I started out training and lifting weights at about 15 years old. I began powerlifting in my early 20s, continued powerlifting and competing in small meets locally, and then began tactical training and going to the police academy and doing defensive tactics, and incorporated a lot of the more everyday type movements, realistic movements, HIIT type training into my gym training, along with strength training and everything else, all up through currently. I train mostly with Branch Warren, Tony Sentmanat from Real World Tactical, and Cisternino and some of the other GASP athletes as much as I can, and a lot of the Blackstone athletes. So I do a lot of powerlifting meets bodybuilding movements and incorporate a lot of the different what I call speed training stuff or everyday movement training stuff into that. I go anywhere from Metroflex in Arlington, Texas, all the way down to the Knockout Zone in Miami, and work my way back, obviously, to my hometown where I used to train at Gold's Gym, now World's Gym, was World's Gym, was Gold's Gym, and is now Metro Boston Fitness. So far this year, I've flown about 80,000 miles. So I've been fortunate enough to train with a whole bunch of different styles of training, whether that's on the range or in the gym. I've been fortunate enough to train with former Navy SEALs, Special Operations, Branch Warren, who's more of a power training and 15 sets, supersets, everything, balls to the wall, 1,000,000 miles an hour. I've been fortunate enough to train with Tony Sentmanat, a Real World Tactical, and have the opportunity to kind of do a lot of his hybrid athlete training or HIIT training that he incorporates into his shooting. I've been lucky enough to train with Cisternino, who does a lot of aesthetic bodybuilding type training, still with power movements. Cody Montgomery is another young athlete through Blackstone that I've managed to train with a lot lately, and I'm starting to like a lot of the training that he's doing. I like to say Cody keeps me young, and I like all the different movements and incorporating them into my training and my workouts and my routines every day. But yeah, I mean, as far as who I feel complements me the best, there's no best. There's just the opportunity to get to train and incorporate these different styles into what I put together as kind of my own training, which is a lot of those compound movements that we've come to know and love and we all like to incorporate, but also kind of drift into some of the HIIT type training that Tony does with some of the intensity that Branch brings to the table, and then also the real world application of the former SEAL, Special Operations guys training and bringing that to the range and bringing that into your everyday life and being prepared and having that readiness. That's great. I think if you're gonna take your self-defense training seriously, I think you have to be in the gym and you have to be developing those compound movements or those strength movements. If you're not incorporating them, I think you're doing yourself a huge disservice, because you take a look at any pro shooter out there, whether it's Shane Cooley, whether it's JJ Racaza, any of those top pros out there in the marketplace, they're all getting in the gym. They're all doing their squats, they're all doing their deadlifts. I think to say lifting weights or to say weight training isn't going to help you with any aspect of that is crazy. I mean, I think it's going to build your explosiveness, it's going to build your longevity on the range, your quicks, or like I like to say quicks, anything, the draw, the holding a rifle and raising a rifle multiple times on a range. It's going to help you, maintain all those things. So, you know, my style of coaching and my style of what I call like elevating someone's game or bringing them up is more of a repetitiveness. You have to get the reps, and you have to get the reps, and you have to get the reps. If you don't get the reps in, you're not going to be able to get better. I think the only way to get better at anything is to get the rounds down range or get the reps in the gym. So if you're going to continue to improve and you're going to continue to see improvement in anything that you do, you have to get the reps. So I think it's just a matter of getting out there and doing it. As much as I like to be, you know, talk, I think you have to get the reps in, no matter what. Yeah, I think intensity for when you're training and when you're training bench press or any of those compound movements, I think you have to be in the right mindset and focused and be ready for an explosive afternoon. You know, there's no question that bench press is one of those fundamental movements that we all try to master, similar to squat and deadlift. If you're not focused and you don't have the intensity and you're not bringing the right mindset to the table, you're going to have an off day. So I think any, you know, time you want to get the most out of your body, you have to be ready to go into the proper mindset. They say when you're on the range and you're preparing to get your best set in or best set of reps, you have to act as if the person you're shooting at or the target you're shooting at is attacking your family, and how are you going to approach that situation. So I think when you come onto the bench, you have to have the mindset of like, this is going to be my best rep, and then there's 5 more reps after that. You know what I mean? So you have to continue to improve, and you have to have a focus that I want to get the most out of this workout because I don't want to waste my time, because you can't buy back that time. I mean, I think it goes without saying that the gym and the focus to training needs to be extremely important and something people take seriously. Now, you're gonna have off days in the gym, but you just have to make sure that those days aren't days that could set you back. You know what I mean? Anytime you take 1 step back, you want to make sure that you take 2 steps forward with your next workout or the workout after that. So I think it's really important to keep a focus, keep a mindset, keep an intensity that wins 6 out of the 7 days of the week. If you lose 1, make sure you get the other 6. You know, everyone's going to have an off day. Just don't make those off days turn into days. You know, and make sure that you're always, you know, targeting and finding your SMEs to train with, and that's why I'm here. You know, you want to find your subject matter experts out there, your Mark Bells, your Branch Warrens, your Tony Sentmanats, and train with them. And people who say, well, I don't have those friends, or I don't have access to those people. Bullshit, I didn't. I was nobody. So you have to make sure that you find those people in whatever it is that you're searching for and get better and pick their brain. I'm John Bartolo, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm here at SuperTraining Gym, and I'm with Blackstone Labs, Gasp. I'm available on Instagram, all the social media outlets at John Bartolo for either underscore or dot at any of those platforms. And you can find me at any of the trade shows, at any of those booths, or any of those websites, or call me for a good time. No, leave that out.